Yo, yo, yo. Salute, salute, salute. Congratulations. I want to say cheers and definitely bless to everybody for joining us. Thank you from wherever it is you may be, on the road, at work, at home, on the go. Definitely just appreciate you guys for stopping by and showing us some love. Um, and also in order to promote, just to get the subscribers, we're keeping the chat up subscribers only. So just to um, we want the people to occasionally stop in, but also we want to encourage people to really support the channel and subscribe. We're doing a lot of great work, and today's video is actually going to be another important one, right? So there's always different kind of ideologies to attack when it comes to sports betting, right? And deciding which games to attack, how to attack. There's different strategies, so on and so forth, right? But one of the things that I've always instituted in my method has always been really two main things, right? For those of you that are not aware, but the people that have been with me from the very beginning, they know this. I never recommend high money line favorites, right? This is one of the worst practices, one of the worst habits, and basically one of the most fraudulent statistics that handicappers or sports bettors or sports decoders kind of do. In order to get their win rate up and basically they call it stealing wins. They often recommend these high money line games, favorites that really have nothing to do with Gematria when you recommend a minus 200, minus 250 money line favorite, right? But it's not a profitable strategy, and that's something I've repeated and reiterated from the very beginning, not only of my channel but my Patreon. So, and going back, what this video mainly is going to be is about one specific strategy that I've always had, right? And that's okay. One of the rules is we never recommend high money line favorites, but also we never ever force a play, right? Never force a play. We never recommend a play that we don't feel 100% confident in betting ourselves, right? So oftentimes, well, not oftentimes, but occasionally, we do have, what we call observation days, right? And we have this slogan going now in my community, and I want to promote it and get it out there even more, where it's make observations matter again. And it's really a play on Donald Trump's Make America Great Again, but kind of like, just a little twist for us in the Gematria and sports community. We want to make observations matter again, right? And observations can be some of the most profitable and lucrative, ways in which to attack these games. And in my channel, I have several videos of, examples and instances where observations have just, financially benefited not just myself, but my community on insane levels, right? So, and I have in my community section countless messages and feedback from community members, just supporting that fact, okay? So on a day like today, where all I did was I had no picks today. So today's day we labeled was an observation day, right? I basically posted a bunch of notes on things that I saw on today's slate, but we had no picks, right? For most of the community, we had no picks, right? But on a day like today, I'm going to explain to you guys how not only is it profitable, but it is a winning strategy, to observe. Because on a day like today, I've gotten several messages prior to game time from other members, from people that from people in my community that do their own work, right? And there was probably 4 to 5 major games on today's slate that everybody was on, everybody was attacking, pretty much the same 5 games when it came to today's slate in the NBA, right? And it's insane when it's like that, but we've always gone against the grain. We do our own work, right? 100% independent. in spite of what you may hear, we 100% do the work independently. I've done the work myself from the very beginning, and I really really like it that way. Because I understand the responsibility I have, so I take it very serious and I do put the work in. That way there could be no blame set anywhere else. So I do the work independently, 100% by myself, no collaborations whatsoever. So I just want to make that clear. Um, but on a day like today, I'm going to explain to you guys how it's 100% profitable for my community, right? So, um, for one thing, a dollar saved is a dollar earned, right? People understand the theory about when it comes to chain reaction, okay? And I preach never let your previous bet dictate your next bet, right? Which is a really really hard strategy to kind of implement because people are so emotional when it comes to this, right? But I really really try very hard to promote that and get that idea out there, okay? So on a day like today, where the entire community was just on a handful of games, and me myself, I was not in love with any of these 4 to 5 specific games. What I decided to do was make today an observation day, right? So in turn, what that did was it protected my community's all their previous profit, right? Their bankroll, everything that's been built up into this point, especially on the insane run that we've been on, 100% of their bankroll was protected today, right? So not only did I save them from incurring, what could have been drastic losses for the day, right? But I protected their profit, and now that's a 360-degree turn from a potential loss to now definitely 100% profit, right? But I'm also protecting your mindset and your confidence, because had you gone into today and attacked some of those games that a large portion of the community was on, it's very discouraging, right? It's very stressful to incur losses, not only financially but just to lose a game, right? Because regardless of what people say, you're not only financially invested in the game, but you're kind of emotionally invested in the game because you want a specific outcome to happen. So we're protecting people's, their energy, their vibration, their bankroll, and for my sharks and my real sharps out there, right? Sharks and sharps, they're very different, but and salute to everybody that took it upon themselves to reach out to me and have a one-on-one consultation today, because they were the beneficiaries of 2 huge underdogs, right? But before we get to the underdogs, I want to speak about the observation concept, because, like I'm saying, the protection of previous profit is a huge win, not only for myself but my community, right? Moving forward, because we constantly talk about minimizing losses but maximizing profit, and the way in which we can minimize losses is by having an observation day like today and avoiding potential minuses or or bankroll negatives, right? And it still ended up being a profitable day because of the way in which I decided to go about things today, right? And that's in spite of all the pressure I get daily on people who need to bet every single day, right? The troll comments that I receive about it's supposed to be daily picks, right? So what's today's pick, right? Badgering and badgering and badgering, spamming the same messages, right? Because a portion of, sadly enough, this community is kind of this degenerate gambler, portion, which, is really, really annoying, but I understand it's part of it. But what people don't realize, right, is how huge this type of strategy can be over the long haul, how profitable it is, right? How disciplined it is, and how important it is to the overall theme and overall agenda of what we're trying to accomplish. Okay, people just look at it as like, oh, you didn't recommend a pick today, you didn't give out a pick, I don't understand what's going on, right? What you need to understand is take it, is just process it on the next level, right? And see the bigger idea, the bigger goal, which is, like I constantly say, to minimize your losses and maximize your profit. Understanding that not every single day is a day to bet, right? Not every riddle is a great riddle, okay? And we're going to get into how exactly today I protected my entire community from lucrative potential losses, right? An insane amount of money was protected by myself because of the way in which I decided to go about today, right? So let's take a look at today's NBA slate, all right? Just to speak to you guys and let you know exactly how crazy it was, right? So let's go through it. For those of you that aren't familiar, what I speak about is Gematria, and it's a numerical code synchronized with the English alphabet and language, and basically just gives a number value to the English letters and words, okay? But I just want to go through the games for today, right? So as far as the way in which I interpreted today, a large portion of the community was on probably 4 games today, right? And we'll highlight them because it was very, very obvious, right? So the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? A good portion of the community was hell bent on betting this game, right? In spite of the Cleveland Cavaliers being a minus 210 money line favorite, they lost. Okay? Cavaliers today lost. So we protected people from that potential L, right? Profits secured, protected, okay? The Miami Heat today, I want to say so many people messaged me specifically about this game and how they had the Miami Heat to win this game, right? The Miami Heat were minus $350 money line favorite. And they lost. Okay? We protected that potential L. Right? Miami Heat minus $350 money line favorite. Not to mention that is just the stupidest recommendation to make with a huge favor like that. But I go on. The Utah Jazz, okay? Minus 170. I'm sorry, minus 140 money line favorite. Another favorite of the Gematria community today. A loss. The Utah Jazz, right? And now the last one that was a favorite in the Gematria community, at least from my understanding, was the Washington Wizards, right? Washington Wizards were minus 180 money line favorite, and they lost. Okay? So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 potential losses, not only with ridiculous, irresponsible money lines, right? But all potential, huge damages could have been made to the bankroll of my community. And because of the safeguards and the strategies that I practice, I don't just preach them, I actually practice them, right? I secured the bag for my community, right? I secured the profit that we've been able to, put together over these last 50 to 55 days, right? We're currently on a 39-4 streak in our last 43 plays, okay? We're 23 out of our last 25 days, 100% perfect. 23 out of 25, okay? 39 out of 43 plays correct. None of those plays are huge money line favorites, and many of those plays are in fact underdogs, okay? Which screams incredible profit for my community. And what did I do? Today I decided to secure that bag, protect that profit, and protect my community in spite, of, some of the negative feedback I might receive for deciding to take, an observation day and just see what's going on and pay attention, right? So that's really the large theme of this video, is kind of trying to get people to understand, how important days are like to today. And also, um, whenever whenever you can, like, protect yourself from potential losses, it's just as good, and in some cases it's better than a potential direct win, right? Because it's very, very important to your confidence, right? To the vibration that you're on, and all these things matter because the profession that we decide to partake in, right? So that's what I wanted to speak about mainly, is how today there were probably four games specifically that we protected the entire community from, and that's really, really important, really important. So moving forward, right? What I want to say is, um, shout out to all my sharps and my sharks. You guys know exactly who you are, right? You guys have been with me from the very beginning. Even a lot of you guys have been with me for a long, long period of time, and I appreciate that. But today I put out a couple observations, mainly about the Portland Trailblazers as well as the Philadelphia 76ers, right? So the Portland Trailblazers were plus $400, right? So I want to say specifically congratulations to everybody that decided to take advantage of the observations that I put out about Portland, and that insane ROI that was available for Portland, with a very, very solid riddle, and that number 44 as well as the number 27, right? And these are key numbers that we're going to speak about, especially correlating to the 76ers as well. So if you guys can see right here, the Portland Trailblazers, they won today to become 27-44 in the season, right? And they were plus $410 money line. Big underdog, right? But they became 27-44, and the 76ers became 44-27 on the season, which is the reflection of the Portland Trailblazers record. And the 76ers were about a plus 270 money line underdog, right? Prior to game time, right? So, and it's about those numbers mainly, the 27 that played in both of those games. But due to the fact that, and especially, and going back to the slogan that we've been promoting, which is make observations matter again. A good portion of the community, especially the people that reached out to me and were able to get the one-on-one consultation and strategy calls for today's NBA slate, they were able to take advantage of two huge underdogs with the Portland Trailblazers and the 76ers, and or maybe not both, but definitely either of them, right? Obviously, Portland was a bigger money line, so I'm going to assume that more of the community probably jumped on Portland because, when you see that plus money value, a lot of time people get blinded by that, right? So I'll assume that, more people jumped on Portland than they did the 76ers. But either or, right? And especially if you decide to parlay them for minimal value, I know that you probably got insane amount of return on your money, right? So that's exactly how an observation day in the NBA can be so lucrative and insanely profitable. But over time, the observation day within itself is just a profitable strategy, and I've already broken it down and explained it to you guys, right? And this is very, very important. And this is what makes my, my Patreon, my channel, very unique from other people, right? Now that we're making this video, obviously it's going to be an idea that's going to be promoted and be stolen and be plagiarized by other communities, other Patreon, other decoders, right? They're going to jump on the bandwagon now that we're getting this idea out. But we've been doing this idea for 3 years now, right? This is something that we've been doing going on a really, really long time. But 3 years publicly and probably about 5 to 6 years behind the scenes. this is the way in which we've been attacking these games. But now I'm just bringing it to YouTube just to make the average person and the new sports better aware of this profitable strategy, right? If at even at the worst case scenario, you just decided to take today off, you still were profitable, right? Because we protected you from massive losses, right? So many people jumped on the Miami Heat today to win, lost. So many people jumped on the Cleveland Cavaliers today to win, they lost. So many people jumped on the Washington Wizards today to win, and they lost, right? So these are all the things that we sheltered our members from because of the way in which we decide to attack these games, right? And it's very, very important. It should be highlighted and it should be shared and put out there to the world. And this is some of the unique aspects that we have over here in my community. And I've been building it up for a solid amount of time now. So people that have been with me from the beginning, this is not anything foreign to them. They're very aware of the way in which I decide to attack these games. And again, it's massive, right? Whenever everything is magnified, right? When you lose one game, it could be depending on the individual and the way in which they decided to attack it. It could be really, really damaging to the bankroll, right? So any potential loss that you can avoid is just massive, especially in the landscape of what's going on right now in the world, right? We have inflation at an all-time high, but people are still making the same amount of money or making less because of the difficulties right now going on with employment, right? No employment is 100% guaranteed. There's a lot of mandates coming down that are affecting a lot of people's professions and stuff like that. So, all these things are very, very important and they matter. I'm aware of it. I pay attention. And I'm not saying this, to toot my own horn, but it's just very, very important that these type of things not only are shared, they're highlighted, right? Because of how the trickle down effect that it has, right? Not only on the rest of your week, but the rest of your month. Okay, so it's very important over here for us to close out the month very, very close out the month just like we started, which is insanely profitable, as well as we don't take for granted the fact that people depend on us to give them consistent content, solid picks with solid decodes, right? And we do understand that losses are going to come, but at the same time we approach it very, very as though it is our money, right? Which is the way you want to attack it. So I say that just to remind people and always and also just to make them aware of how this overall theme of what I'm speaking about is just incredibly important, right? So let's just go through it again, right? Talking about the number 27 and how important it was to today. I don't want to go into specifics, right? Because of a couple of reasons, but I'll just talk about the 27 right on the surface. Obviously, the 76ers, they remained on 27 losses for the season. They also picked up their 27th conference win for the season, right? Miami has a direct connection to the number 27 in the purest cipher, full reduction. So the 76ers stayed on 27 losses for the season while picking up their 27th conference win on Monday, which equals 27 in the same cipher, full reduction. Very, very important number on Monday. As well as, for those of you that are not aware, but Florida, where Miami is actually from, is the 27th state, right? So all of these things are very, very important. And again, I'm just going to summarize it because I really, really want to protect the exclusivity of the content that we're putting out. And, I have become aware recently of our content being stolen, being plagiarized, being shown on other platforms as opposed to remaining exclusive to my community and my platform. And it's really, really frustrating, especially when I put in so much work to keep it exclusive and just respect the people that actually pay for the content. It's super frustrating, not only annoying, right? And it's disrespectful on so many levels, right? Insanely disrespectful. We've been doing this for a really, really long time, and especially now at this point, over the last 25 days that we've given out a pick, we're 23 days out of those 25, 100% perfect, right? And to think that people are plagiarizing that work, stealing that work, and putting it out there as though it's it's their work themselves is really, really not only disrespectful, it's insanely, it's really it's just insane. You know what I'm saying? So, because we've worked extremely hard to get to the level where we're at, and like we said, 39-4 in our last 43 plays, and that's 100% independently done by myself, right? Don't let no one just try to discredit us or slander my name. There's zero amount of that work has been done with a collaboration, right? The only person that I've ever given credit to directly for any type of work that I've done, and that's more of supporting me and promoting me, is Zachary Hubbard. So unless it's him saying something, I'm 100% gonna take full credit for everything I've done in this community, and I've really, really impacted this community on an insane level. And that's not even saying it. It shouldn't be taken lightly, right? Because everybody deserves their flowers. Everybody deserves their credit for what they've actually done. And again, I'm just gonna remind the people that we're 100% on top of it, right? We're gonna continue to get the bad apples out of this community and clean it up. Get the frauds out of there, the scam artists, the people who are deceiving potential new clients and potential new members. Be very aware of all the things that are currently going on, right? There's people all the time who are giving out, free picks on YouTube, right? And then it's one big huge scam, right? Because what they're doing, they're giving out free picks on YouTube, and then they tell people, regardless if this play wins or loses, I'm gonna delete this video, right? And that person, those people that are doing that, they're really insulting the viewer's intelligence, right? Because what's actually going down is they're going on YouTube, they're promoting a free pick, and if that free pick loses, they're deleting the video or making the video private so the public can no longer see it. But if they win the game, if they win the free pick, they're gonna let that video remain on their channel, just to basically deceive potential new clients, and basically make it look way more enticing than it actually should be, and trying to inflate their win rate, or whatever the case may be. It's just a bunch of scams and frauds going on out here, and it's really, really frustrating because there's people putting out solid work like myself, and I would hate to really get even compared or paired up to people like that. It's really, really a joke, man. So I just say that to really say, on this channel, we like to keep it 100, keep it above board, and I'm not gonna let anybody who's trying to be woken up or trying to take advantage of Gematria and informing themselves be deceived, or be scammed by some of the scam artists out there, right? So be very aware of what's going on. Be very aware and cautious about who you choose to support. Okay? Very, very important. And don't fall for some, clown, tactics and strategies like giving out free YouTube picks and then deleting the videos or making the videos private when they're wrong, but keeping the videos up when they're right, right? So that's all I want to say. And again, this was more to speak about just basically the profitable strategy, about observations, and how today, even though we decided to take the day off, for most of our community it was still profitable, right? And the people that were able to take advantage of the one-on-one strategy calls that we gave out today, as well as my sharks and my veterans who paid attention to the observations that were given out, were able to take advantage of the Portland Trailblazers plus $410 money line, as well as the Philadelphia 76ers plus $270 Moneyline Underdog. And just going back to that number 27 again, the 76ers were plus $270. In numerology, zero has no value, so that 270 can be looked at just like the number 27, which was a major theme in that game. And I also want to remind you guys about another observation, right? So today was 21/3, like the number 213. Going back to the Super Bowl that recently just passed on February 13th, like 213, which is today's same date, 213. That was February 13th, the day of the Super Bowl, was the 44th day of the year. The Super Bowl was a massive 44 ritual, just like the MLB champions, Atlanta Braves, was a massive 44 ritual, right? The 76ers picked up their 44th win on 213, and the Trailblazers remained on 44 losses on 213. So, very, very important observation. Just add that to the, add that to the bag or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk about that theme. Hopefully this video was very informative. You guys appreciated it, and hopefully it's really, really hitting home on some of the importance of the things that we practice, as well as the direct impact that we're having on this community. In a very, very short time, we've done some amazing and incredible things, and I'm never going to let anybody take that away from me, right? If you don't scream and yell it out for yourself, the people will not be aware of it, and they like to throw people's accomplishments, slide them right under the rug like they never happened. But we are going to scream from the mountaintop what we've been able to do recently, and that's 100% independent of anybody, right? I put my own work in. I put my own everything is my thoughts. The way in which I publish content is not only unique, but it's very, very I'd say setting new trends, and we're doing it on a daily basis. This video right here, we're setting a new trend, right? So and just to reiterate that, because I always like to let the community speak once again, right? Let's get into how the community interpreted what we decided to do today, right? So let's bring it up, because I always like to let the people speak for me as well as the work. And if you're in here, I would appreciate it, guys, to just get them likes up. Once this video goes up, come back, leave some positive feedback, and also be sure to drop into my comment section and my community section, I'm sorry, and just definitely get those thumbs up and some positive comments in there as well, right? Because those are just as important, right? So let's highlight this. Let's shout out the people that I'm gonna call them my sharks and my sharps for today, right? So what they decided to let me know and inform me of was, I'm liking that. This was prior to the game. I'm liking that Portland observation. Definitely worth a free bet. Blessings. Now this individual was on board and 100% paying attention to the content we published today, right? So salute to you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for these. Helped with parlay props as well. Now this gentleman is implementing not only my observations, but taking it to the next level and attacking player props as well, which can be pretty lucrative, as in its own right. Victor, wise decision to make this an observation day. Lots of NBA games were upsets. Smart to not force any picks. Sports investing is a marathon and not a race. There will be more great opportunities in the near future, and that is 100% correct. That is a straight shot, directly the mindset that we want to have, and I appreciate from this specific member, and he got it immediately, right? He got what we were doing today, what the point of today was, and again, a very, very intelligent person, and I love seeing these type of messages. Thanks for the notes, Victor. Smashed the 76ers and Portland money line for a massive parlay. Tip on the way. And salute and congratulations to you, sir, because you decided to use today's observations and take full advantage of them. And I'm 100% sure that this person was one of the individuals that I had a consultation with today, in which we highlighted the 76ers as well as the Portland themes for the upset with insane ROI, and if you parlay that together, um, let's see what that value would be if we parlayed that together today, because I just have to see for myself. Let's see it. So we had Portland plus 410, and then we had Philadelphia 76ers plus 270. So let's see what that potential parlay paid out. If you risked $100 on that parlay, it paid out almost 18-1 on a 2-team parlay of 2 underdogs. Portland Trailblazers money line, Philadelphia 76ers money line, almost 18-1 return. So for this specific individual that we're talking about right now, that's congratulating us. Salute to you, sir. You really took it to the next level. I'm not sure how much you potentially risked on that parlay, but obviously you're happy with the end result, which is the important part of it, right? So and let's check out the last message. This individual sent me this message, and I want to highlight him as well. Salute to you. You know who you are. He says, I appreciate you sending out today's notes. Thanks for keeping the community's bag protected for the day, which is a big theme for today, right? So if you did absolutely nothing today but just, get the notes and observe, you're profitable, right? We saved you from huge losses today, and a dollar saved is a dollar earned. But not only that, if you took it to the next level and actually implemented some of the observations we made for today, you got great returns, right? So either way you decided to attack it, I'm showing you guys how an NBA observation day equals profitability for my community, right? So, and this is because of the strategies that I practice, the strategies that I promote, the discipline that I have myself, that I'm in turn, just pushing out to you guys, so to speak, right? Very important. So yeah, guys, when you have a second after this video's up, come over to my community section, review some of the feedback from actual members, and I would put up more messages, but YouTube, they only allow you to put up 5 pictures, so this is the reason why we keep it to 5. But if you pay attention, after every single day, when we posted a video, we have pretty much 5 messages at least, and it's from 5 different people. It's not the same 5 people. We're always constantly putting up feedback from the community because it's just as important. Not only, not just what I'm saying, but just the fact that you're getting the feedback from actual people themselves, right? So, not everybody does that either. This is another unique thing that we do, and but we also want to send salutes out and shout out the people that that not only are learning, they're applying it, but they're saluting the work that I put in, and as well as every single other aspect of work that I do for my community, right? It's real levels to this, and I'm reminding you guys on this everyday basis. So before we get out of here, like I always love to do, I'm gonna check in with my chat, my wonderful chat, and see who's here. I kept it on today subscriber only mode, right? So hopefully if you're not a subscriber, you can't comment in here, but we want to encourage people to support the channel. It's free to subscribe, so don't be that type of way. Joshua Krantz, you were the first brother in here. I want to say, hey brother, right back to you. Salute and congrats. Osu, Gio, salute. Marshawn says, I appreciate your work, Victor and Zach. Both of you guys have helped me a ton. I won tonight with the Blazers and Philadelphia Moneyline, all because of this knowledge of Gematria. Shout out to you, Marshawn. Congratulations. And, I'll tell you exactly what I tell, the other people that were able to benefit off those 2 huge money lines underdogs today. Don't give it back. You know what I'm saying? Continue to remain responsible and disciplined. That's the most important thing. Big ups for your work. Solidify. Appreciate you. Bal, thanks, Victor. Thank you, sir, for stopping by. We had a big win yesterday or the day before, so you can't go, big win after big win. Yep. In some cases, every situation is unique, and we're gonna approach it, very differently. Like I said, every day is independent from the one prior and the one in the future. and we're at the mercy of the NBA schedule, the NHL schedule, and we'll continue to attack it accordingly. All right. I haven't bet yet. I'm just making observations to become more accurate. Congratulations. Exactly, Go. We're laughing at all the people that took, Miami Heat today minus $350 money line. What a joke. Cleveland Cavaliers minus $210 today. A joke. You know what I'm saying? Washington Wizards today minus $180 money line. Joke. Thank you, Salute Perez, for jumping over here. Uh, yeah. Um, Gotta trucks the picks and the pauses. Salute to you, Khalif. Uh, my friends talked me out of the 76ers money line. Girello, you got to go with the numbers and be confident, right? That's in some cases that's just as important. So this channel is the truth, 100%. Thank you, Tintin. Appreciate that comment. Thank you for stopping by. I think it's about time to get Canarsie on him, Vic. 100%. You already know Flossie to the death, man. 100% Flossie ways. Loved Mondays in 27. Very, very correct, Matt. Great observation. Josh said, "Man, really said I'm going to delete the video." Yeah. I mean, be aware, man. There's a lot of bullshit going on in the community, so be very aware who you choose to support. A pioneer on your decodes. Thank you very much, Matt, for that feedback. D-Land, thank you for stopping by. One of the sharks and veterans that I speak about, 100%. Yeah, people always want to be on your team when you're winning. Tony B, salute, cheers. Love though, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. Perez, thanks, Vic. Well, thank you. Victor, excellent work. Once again, quick shot. How do we get a consultation? Gabriel, just reach out to me on Instagram, and that's MRFUTUR3S. My link for my Instagram is actually in the description of every one of my YouTube videos. So just click that link, reach out to me on Instagram, and we'll try to lock in a time slot and get a consultation going, right? Senior observations, excited to keep pushing you on this, 100%. Rick Slick, thanks for the notes. Just confused when to take the right team when it's double coded. Again, Major, feel free to reach out to me. If you're confused or you wanna, you have a question, Instagram is the quickest way to reach out to me, man. So hopefully I answered all your guys' questions. Thank you all for stopping by. Had a real solid stream. I appreciate the love and the support that I'm genuinely getting. Once again, please take a minute once this video goes up to come back and leave some positive feedback, because the overall theme of this video is very important. And in spite of people continuing to plagiarize our work, steal our work, and try to take it as if it's their own, this is a very important video, right? And don't forget to drop by my community section and get them likes up as well. We want to let people 100% know how legit this actually is, and we want to keep our streak, keep our streak going, keep our good fortune going, and keep the positive vibration, right? That's the energy we've been operating on all 2022, even trailing back to the beginning of our journey on YouTube and Patreon, and we're going to continue to promote it in spite of the bullshit or the negativity or the attempted slander on the name. None of that is going to work because the love continues to overpower any type of negativity that we receive, right? So on that note, I'm going to say, JC, you want to know my Venmo? My Cash App is on my Patreon. If you want to send some love, really appreciate it. My Cash App and PayPal are on the Patreon. So hopefully that helps you out. Thank you for stopping by as well. And as we love to say on this channel, Gematria at its finest, easy as 1, 2, 3. Continue to support those people who are genuinely genuinely love and support you, and be very cautious of the people you do choose to support. Pay attention to not only what they do, what they say, but how they carry themselves. Very important, man. And on that note, I'm gonna get up out of here because it's about 5 a.m. where I'm at overseas, and just to remind you guys of how important this work is to me and how much work I currently do. It's going on at about 4:30 a.m. where I currently am, and I'm still up talking to you guys, reviewing, chatting, answering questions, and getting some of the most important work out in the Gematria community, right? So yeah, we're gonna continue to set trends. We're gonna continue to to make our mark in this world and in this community, and just add on to some of the most incredible things that have been done when it comes to sports handicapping, sports decoding, and sports betting. Right. So just make sure when they bring up the name Victor on Mr. Futures, they put respect on my name. Right. Thank you for you guys' continued support. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I say salute and cheers. Take care.